Sleeper cell activation code. LARP.
Admin Airsoft.
If you can hear us, please,
Admin Airsoft.
please save me.
All Airsofters, find your mom's credit card and use my affiliate links.
Can't just battle me.
Kick back, relax, and enjoy the Admin Airsoft podcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 9 of the Admin Airsoft podcast. I'm your host, Evan. Thank you for watching this wherever you may be. If you're on Spotify, YouTube, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. That helps the algorithm, as the algorithm is not a fan of scary toy guns and grown men who play dress up on the weekends. So feel free to do that. That's a huge help. But welcome. This has been a really good experience so far. I was able to get some good feedback on the Discord and on Instagram over the past couple of weeks. It sounds like people are enjoying this to some degree. So I'm going to continue doing this. Really no plans on slowing down. If you missed last week, we have upgraded the audio. As you can see, I'm talking into two mics. I think that kind of threw some people off. The DJI mic and the camera, I think it's called the Pocket 2 that I'm recording this on. And I just realized that I'm recording in 4K. And so this file size is going to be huge, but we're going to keep it rolling. Anyways, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening wherever you may be. Gentlemen, I was able to go to the field last weekend, Black Tiger Airsoft here in Plant City, Florida, after taking like a month off, and it was great. Seeing the homies, doing all that, was definitely good to get back out there. I was very excited to use the camera that I'm recording this on, the Pocket 2. Excuse me. I have been meaning to get into video for a long time now. I did it a lot as a kid, and I really feel like I've kind of rekindled the flame. Forever ago, like back in middle school, I had the GoPro craze was like super huge, and I would bring my GoPro everywhere with me. Ski trips, family vacations, going to the skate park, going out to the lake, tubing, jet skiing, whatever, stuff like that. And I really, really, really enjoyed it. And I really enjoyed editing those videos as well. And so I've obviously been doing photo work for probably 3 years now. And so being able to have something like the Pocket 2 where it's smaller than your phone, it shoots in 4K 60 frames per second, is amazing. I was a little concerned at first trying to be smart with my time on the field and make sure I'm still getting good photos, good quality photos, but then also finding time to take video. I think that is I'm still trying to figure that out. Basically what I do is, like, let's say it's like a 20-minute game. I'll take photos for like 10 minutes, and then the other 10 minutes I'll record on my video camera. So trying to kind of split that up, trying to find the time. Editing has been super fun. I just use CapCut. It's kind of a very basic editing software, but I think it works well for what I'm doing, which is just kind of short form content. I edit the podcast on this. I edit a lot of my YouTube videos on CapCut. I feel like you're able to do a decent amount with it. Is there better software out there like DaVinci, Adobe, stuff like that? Of course there is, but it is a good free option. So all that to say that there's going to be more video content coming soon. There already is video content out there on my Instagram, Admin Airsoft 2. If you're not following it, go check that out. I am trying to kind of push, or I guess find kind of the flow when it comes to YouTube videos, because right now I'm making stuff that's short form content. And so trying to collect clips, edit something that is like 10 minutes is not really in the books right now. I've been meaning to do a review on the LCC RPD, so stay tuned for that. I'm currently doing some B-roll. I've got a lot of things to say about that, because it is I would say that it is the coolest, worst LMG out there. It's got some major swag factor, but holy shit, $1,000 for a gun that's like damn, like 10 years old, 8 years old at this point, with terrible internals, a terrible box mag. It's not really worth it. Like I've said, you can buy like 3-4 RPKs, or just buy a good RPK and upgrade that internally. So anyways, off topic. Anyways, yes, I've rekindled the flame for video work. Stay tuned, more on that. Some stuff I wanted to talk about before we get into the questions that y'all submitted on Discord. I want to talk about unicorn guns and the price you pay, both the literal price and then the more metaphorical price. I run into this issue a lot. If you follow me or have been following me for a while, you know that I like my weird, goofy guns. I don't know why I like it. I just know that it has a certain allure to them. You know, I say that, but then looking back at the money that you have to spend on upgrading them, more so internally, looking at the amount of time that you have to spend either waiting for them to be upgraded, and then the energy that you spend fussing over them breaking down. You're on the field and something's wrong with them. You know, when they work really well, but when something like when a unicorn gun breaks down, it's not just like, oh, it's an M4, I can just get this part on a million different websites. You know, I've talked about it in the past, but again, going back to the RPT, if the RPD were to break down, I guess more so externally, I would literally go buy like real furniture for it, because that's easier to find than it is the actual Airsoft replica parts of it. Like the drum mag is a good example. If that drum mag externally breaks down, I don't know what I'm going to do, dude. You know, finding a used or a new LCT RPD drum mag is going to be a nightmare. And so I'm treating it very carefully to some extent. So while a lot of people say, oh, you know, having an M4 is boring. Yeah, there's definitely you lose the unique factor on that quote unquote kind of basic gun, but having the ability to buy a bajillion different parts externally and internally, as someone who owns guns where you're not able to do that, I am extremely jealous. So don't let anyone say like, oh, your M4 is boring. Just know that the aftermarket parts for that replica are something that a lot of people are envious of who run more kind of unique style builds. Now, you know, pros and cons to each, I get that, but I don't know, just something that I've been thinking about recently. Very much looking to get the FAL back from Scum Customs. He should be working on that this week, I hope. Again, kind of fixing some issues that's happening internally. He's taking an Ares FAL and he's putting he's HPing it essentially. And if you're a tech who's worked on Ares, you know that is a very hard process. So shout out to him. Looking forward to getting the FAL back. Okay. We've talked about unicorn guns. We've talked about editing videos. Oh, something I do want to talk about. Euro speedsofter builds is what I believe they're called. It's essentially those replicas that look like paintball guns. Like they have the air tank, and then they have like the really crazy colors and like minimalistic. It has like the cutout receiver, really short kind of carbon fiber barrel, I think. One of my buddies, Kronk, he recently got one of those kind of as like a joke, you know? Yeah, he does like really bright colors. He runs that. My Milsim card may have to be revoked, but I really want one because they're so much fun to use. And in a hobby like Airsoft, where the hobby kind of exceeds in a closer environment and it's way quicker, I can see why they do so well. I mean, he was cleaning up. And what was funny too, he was wearing like roadie kit too, and he was running this like speed QB type build. And so to see that happening was hilarious, and being able to hold that gun and not, I didn't like run, use it on the field, but Dude, I was like, all right, I might need to not like fully make the switch, but it definitely made me go, do I want one? Yeah, I do. Are they expensive? Yes. Is it going to happen anytime soon? Probably not. But yeah, if you haven't tried them, definitely give it a shot. If you got a friend who's a speed softer or a speed softer who frequents your field and they run one of those, I think it's a great conversation piece just to start. Be like, hey, could I try that out? Could I just like hold that, take a look? Dude, there's so much. They're dumb, to sort of, but like I get it. They're so much fun, and a lot of them are like look really good. Like if you look past the fact. I'm like, oh, it's a gun. It's supposed to look like milsimmy. If you look past like that aspect and look at it from like it's a toy, pretty fun time. So I don't know, something to keep. Just think about it. I know a lot of milsim people follow me, but just something to think about and just have in the back of your mind. I'm not saying you have to make the whole switch, but just maybe try it out. It's a fun time. Okay. From the Discord. Big thanks to people over on the Discord who sent in some questions and submissions. Let's just pull it up here real quick just in case there's anything that I missed or if I have some extra time. I have 3 here that I'm going to hit. Excuse me. Let me just pull this up. There's Alexa in the background talking to us. All right, podcast. Okay, first question is, what food and water to bring? This was more like a... longer running conversation that was happening on the Discord. By the way, link is in the bio. Go ahead and join. I think we're almost like 1,000 people. Very, very proud of the community that's being built over there by all of you guys. So definitely go check it out. But food and water, what to bring? I'll be honest. I am still figuring out kind of the food aspects. I think I'm lacking on that a little bit. I can speak from the water standpoint. Obviously, just bring like a case of water. Have that in your car. If you have a cooler, even better. I would highly recommend, and this might be a little a controversial, drop the Gatorade. Get rid of the Powerade. That's soda that is masquerading as a sports drink. All it is just it's a marketing team that works overtime to trick people into thinking like, oh, this is a great alternative. It's not. It is pumped full of artificial colors, artificial flavors, a shitload of sugar. I would argue that it's not actually helping you. Oh, there's electrolytes in it. Sure, but I would say the bad outweighs the good when it comes to Gatorade. If you're looking for a electrolyte fueled drink, I would look at Liquid IV. And I would look more so at their sugar-free options. I picked up Liquid IV. I just kind of like found them online. I've been running Liquid IV for the past like 3 years now. Liquid IV, if you're hearing this, please sponsor me. Their stuff, it's pretty clean. It's pretty healthy. What I do is I have like one thing of just plain water, and then I have one thing of Liquid IV. In the dead of the Florida summer, down south, wherever you are, if you pound one of these and then you kind of like sip on a water, it's such a huge help. I was thinking about maybe pulling it up and breaking it down, but I don't think I'm smart enough or qualified to really speak on like the ingredients and stuff like that. But it is a great alternative. I will shit talk Gatorade though and Powerade. It is a great alternative to Gatorade and Powerade. So Liquid IV, I would 100%. That's what I run. It works for me. There's I'm sure a couple of other brands out there that do the same thing, kind of that electrolyte style drink, but definitely watch out for the sugar because that is going to weigh you down a ton. So just keep that in mind. Food. Again, I'm still figuring out food. I bring some beef jerky. I bring kind of like some protein bars and then like a type of carb. I'll bring like a cracker or a chip or something like that. It's okay. I feel like I need like a full meal when I'm on the field, like kind of middle of the day, lunch break, whatever. All right. A moment of transparency from me. I am gluten-free and I am dairy-free. Sucks, I know. And so finding something for me where that's gluten-free and dairy-free is a little difficult. I I'll let you guys know when I find something that works. But I would look into a sandwich, but then the thing is, like, you have to keep it cold. And so maybe you're just at like a casual open play. Maybe you're at an event like an AMS where it's kind of like a larger, well-organized open play, where you can just have a cooler and keeps like some sandwiches, whatever, in your car. Go back, grab those, eat them, then you're good to go. Some people eat MREs for the larger guys, for the larger events, for the guys that go to larger events like Milsom West, MRE, stuff like that. I need to start really, really planning that, because that is coming up in November, which is going to come up soon. I'm going to run press for that, so I'll see you there if you're going to go. MREs, I know there's some. I need to look at it, but I know there's some decent options out there. I have a portable, not a stovetop, what do you call, like a Bunsen burner that you can boil some water on, stuff like that. I've used that when I go camping from time to time, but finding something that has a good balance of carbs, fat, and protein. Maybe you found that. I think protein. I think peanut butter is a great option. I'll bring that out. That's a pretty good fat, and you get a little bit of protein as well. Throw some bread on that, and you got yourself a sandwich. So, again, I need to do a better job of figuring that all out. But to summarize, stay away from the Gatorade, stay away from the Powerade, stay away from really any soda. Again, this is just me getting on my high horse. I was raised by a nutritionist, so that's I will die on this hill gladly. Stick to water. I'll do a little bit of like it's kind of like a pre-workout. It's got a little bit of electrolytes, caffeine, and some other stuff in there, sugar-free, which will kind of keep you going. I think caffeine's a great option, but remember that caffeine will interfere with the water. So if you drink caffeine, make sure you kind of double up on the water. And I think beef jerky is a great option. I think Cliff Bars is pretty good. And then just like a jar of peanut butter. As weird as that sounds, just that and a spoon, and just go to town on it. Just get sloppy. Nothing wrong with that. So yeah, if you have any suggestions for people, please comment down below. I think it's definitely something that, as a whole, as a community, I think we could all kind of improve upon. And I definitely want to see the homies eating healthy out there and drinking healthy stuff. So yeah, definitely, if you have any suggestions, comment down below. Okay, this is a comment from, I'm sorry if I mess up this, name Notomac. He brought up a pretty good topic, and a lot of people were talking about it. Excuse me. On smoke tracer units. Are they cool, or are they more of a fad? Now, he posted a video in the Discord, as well as some photos. I believe that he's working on making one, or he's working with a company that's making one. I can't remember off the top of my head. Right off the bat, I think that this is a cool idea. I want one. Do I think it's a fad? I see them being very niche. I know, from the indoor crowd, tracer units are more practical, a little bit cooler, and are a little bit more common when you're playing indoors, especially with the speedsoft community. But then again, I think there's some speedsofters who are saying like, that's unnecessary weight. So if you're like a Milsom dude who's playing inside, having a suppressor that's going to smoke, and maybe do a little cute flash every time you pull the trigger, I like that. That's cool. I definitely want that. From a outdoor perspective, it would also, it would work, right? I'm thinking more of like because then you have to take care of it. You have to buy whatever the juice is to kind of make that smoke effect. Let's just call it the fuel source. What's the maintenance like, stuff like that. I don't know. I might actually buy one now just to try it out, see what it's like. I like the idea, especially if you have like a gas blowback gun. It's just going to add that extra level of immersion, dude. So it could definitely be very cool. I'm trying to think. I've seen a lot of videos. There's someone who posted in the Discord. They had one of those smoking suppressor smoking flash hider on a LMG, and they would just let that thing rip, and just the smoke that would come off. I'm like, all right, that's pretty fucking cool. I do want one. So, is it a fad? I don't know. I guess time will tell. I would love to see more innovation. I think this is a innovative product, across the board. So. Again, I guess time will tell, and we'll see what the community has to say. So I hope to see him out there, and I hope to maybe buy one soon. So stay tuned on that. All right, last topic we have here from the Discord. Who brought this up? Braden on Discord said cover versus concealment. So from we'll call it like a real life perspective, I'm sure pretty much everyone knows, like they've heard someone who's smarter than me talk about the subject. Cover is just that. It's something that you could hide behind. Oh no, Jesus Christ. See, someone smarter than me. Cover is something that you could hide behind that's going to stop any bullet penetration, and then concealment is just something that you can hide behind, but you can still get shot behind. Taking this and applying it to the world of air shit, it really does differ. What I think happens to some people, and it actually happened to me last weekend when I was playing. If you're in the woods, especially down here in Florida, where it's very, very thick vegetation, I was on the receiving end, and I was also kind of dishing it out. If someone is shooting at you, whether that be just a rifleman or even like an LMG that's shooting like 1.8 with like 3.2s, if not higher. Here in Florida, if you kind of just lie down in the shrubs, and if you hide behind a very thick, I'm gonna call it like a mangrove type, like some reeds or something like that, those BBs are not getting through. Period. Again, it happened to me a couple months ago where someone it was at a night game. He was shooting a tracer unit at me. He was wearing night vision. I had night vision. He was seeing my kind of IR beam that I was casting on. He was shooting at me, and I could see these BBs come in from like a mile away under the tracer unit. So all I had to do was just lie down on the ground, and I could just feel these BBs just hitting the reeds in front of me and next to me. And he got pretty upset. He was like, you weren't calling your hits. I'm like, dude, you just lie down on this thick foliage, this thick vegetation, and nothing can hit you. On the contrary, last weekend, there was a dude who was kind of like tucked all the way back in like to the thick reeds. I'm about 40, 50 feet away, and I am just hosing the reeds with my RPD that's shooting like I think it's like 1.75, call it, with 3.2s. So in terms of, we'll call it penetration, pretty high. However, these reeds are so thick that he's able to cover himself and conceal himself. I had no idea where he was. I knew kind of the general vicinity. And so my buddies and I were there for like 10 minutes just trying to hit this guy, and he was just chilling behind all these reeds. So again, there is some major difference between, let's call it airsoft cover and concealment, and then real world cover and Jesus Christ, I had a stroke there. Cover and concealment. And I think some people don't realize that. I think some people think like, oh, well, that's just a couple of branches or a couple of leaves. I can shoot through that. All it takes is like a gust of wind or like one leaf to like completely stop or change the trajectory of a BB. Some people just got to learn the hard way. And I don't know how to teach that lesson or how you teach it. I think it's just from experience. You go out into the woods, you play, and you go. You yell at someone, oh, call your hits, and they're like, dude, you weren't hitting me, and vice versa. So yeah, cover versus concealment. I'm curious if you guys, where you're located, if you have any experience with stories like, that are similar to mine, let me know down below. I am very curious to hear about this. Yeah, Braden also asks, swamp tactics, how to operate in the Florida bogs and not get killed by something. I listen, I have not ran into anything down here in Florida with teeth. That may happen though. I guess stay tuned on that. But Yeah, honestly, as long as you just like find a thick bush or something like that, hide behind that, I think you're good. Someone's gonna scream at you eventually. Hey, call your hits, but you know, if you have a ref that's standing near you or a player that kind of knows the field, they're gonna be like, you're not getting hit, dude. Don't worry about it. So, anyways, that's a pretty good topic. Okay, we are at time just about here. Gentlemen, thank you to everyone who submitted a question on Discord. I apologize if I did not get to it. You know, I just like to keep these kind of at 30 minutes, give or take. So it's not like an hour of me just yapping. Stay tuned for guests. I am getting some software on my personal laptop that will be able to screen record, record audio, stuff like that. I have a list. I'm checking it twice of potential guests that are coming on. And so look for episode, I want to say like maybe 15, 20, somewhere in between there. We should have our first guest. So who will it be? I don't know. Find out. Gentlemen, if you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It's a huge help. If there's something that you agreed with, something you disagreed with, please comment down below. Let me know why. I think, this whole podcast is to talk to one another, hopefully share some information with newer players who may or may not be watching this. So definitely let us know what you think of the podcast down below. If you're on Spotify, I guess follow me and then rate this 1 to 5 stars depending on how you felt. We have t-shirts that you can buy. There's a link down below. Join the Discord. I got more stuff over on Instagram. Gentlemen, I think that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you for stopping by. I love you, and I'll see you on the field.
You can't just battle me.